In this video, we'll be taking a look at Lesson 4, Part 2. So in this video, we will be finishing pages 4 and 5 of the Lesson 4 packet. Keep in mind, at the bottom of page 5 in Lesson 4, you do need to get signed off by a teacher, which means that even if you do this lesson, you will need to prove to the teacher in person that you completed it by actually getting on a computer, clicking run on your code, and showing that you did it. So in this video, you actually need to type in a specific web address, which is given at the top of page 4 in the Lesson 4 packet. It is case sensitive, so make sure that capital letters are capital, lowercase letters are lowercase, punctuation and symbols are correct. If you don't type it in perfectly, it will not work. Okay, so at the top of page 4, it says to type in the URL and click Run. So I'm going to go ahead and click Run, and what pops up is a running video game, but nothing is moving. Okay, I can't move the robot, I can't really do anything, but this is the bare bones of our video game, which we're going to be adding to along the way as we finish the rest of our lessons. So you can actually close to return to this code, and we do need to save this. So in step 17, it says save this code as your last name video game. So I'm going to call it, I'm just going to call it last name video game, but you should use your last name. And if you click remix, I think that basically means rename, so it'll rename it and it will save it. All right, so let's take a look at 18 in the packet. It says scroll through the definitions window and notice that there are different sections of the code written in orange text. Fill in the following based on the section. So we're going to be filling in the blanks for sections 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'll demonstrate it for you. Right here is section 0. It should say game title. So you can go ahead and fill in title in that first blank. I'm going to keep scrolling, taking a look at what's going on in this code, and I see section 1. Section 1, making the danger and the target move. So you can go ahead and fill in those blanks in your packet. I keep scrolling, and I find section 2, making the danger and target come back again. So you can go ahead and fill in those blanks for section 2. Keep scrolling, I see section 3, get our player moving. So you can fill in the blank there. And lastly, section 4, the final section of our code is collisions. And that's where we're actually going to teach the computer to detect when our player catches the target or when it hits the danger and dies. So you can go ahead and fill in the blanks in number 18 if you have not already. Number 19, scroll to the bottom of the definitions window, specifically line 140 where you see make game. And it says read, the function make game has been provided for you, which takes all of your definitions and assembles them into a running game. Behind the scenes, make game inserts your definitions inside a giant function that is called every 10th of a second. This is 10 times per second, and uses your definitions to decide what is happening at that moment. So when we scroll down to approximately line 140, we do not want to touch this make game section. Okay, the definition for make game is here. Don't touch it, don't edit anything there. That's what runs the video game. All right, so page 5 says in the definitions window, you'll see that the program defines several values. Title, for example, is defined to be the string my game in line 5 of the code. So in line 5, you see the definition, define title to be my game. So in letter A here on page 5, it says to actually evaluate title in the definitions window. I'm sorry, the interactions window. Now it didn't work, probably because I haven't clicked run. So I clicked run, the computer reads all the definitions. Now when I evaluate title, I get the string my game. Letter B, evaluate background. All capital letters, it is case sensitive, and evaluate it. I see an image here. It's actually the image that represents the background of this game. So if you just want to describe that what you get back is scenery, that works. Letter C, evaluate danger, red triangle. Letter D, evaluate target, green circle. Evaluate player, that's in letter E. We get a robot. Okay, so go ahead and jot those down in letters A through E on this page. Letter F, we're just reading. The parts of the game evaluated in A through E here are the individual images that make up this game. Now it's your turn to change some things and begin to make this game your own. So lastly, in number 23, this is where you have to do this on your own and show your teacher so that you can get credit for this. You are going to actually be changing the title of your game. You're going to be changing the title color, so change it any color except white. And very carefully, you're going to be changing the background. So you're going to want to probably Google an image, find an image that you want as your background, copy and paste the URL between these quotation marks. So you'll want to delete that URL for the robot and paste in whatever image you want. So once you very carefully do that, if you click Run, you'll have your own title in a different color besides white, and you'll have your own background. Once you have that done, show your teacher and they will initial and you will be finished with lesson 4.